left, and Elena Martinez now coming forward. She's close. Oh my gosh, she gets a reversal. 9-9. Martinez leads on criteria. 20 seconds to go. Martinez going to try to stay busy on top to avoid going back to their feet, but they're going to go back to their feet. 18 seconds to go. This is a wild one over here on mat number 2. Hidley increased his lead. It's 5-1. Lauren Mason looking for a takedown late. Looking for any kind of point. Finger fight. 8 seconds, 9 seconds left. Martinez trying to defend. Lauren Mason not able to get any points. Close to a step out, close to a takedown, but man, great match. Elena Martinez gets it going. And yeah, PM Cox, you're right. Hidley is horsing Miles Martin around for the most part. Miles came around behind on that one. He had a drag go behind attempt that was ruled a step out. So it's 5-2. And yeah, Gregory Plank. Trent has some awesome power. He does. But look at that. Holy crap. Miles Martin he is slick. It's 5-4. A little over a minute left. This is the thing, right? The horsepower of Trent Hidley. The technique, savviness of Miles Martin. Calvin Germanaro with the early lead on Jesse Thilke. He's got a forced parterre situation. Xochitl Pettis with an early lead on Cam Gurin. 4-point move. 30 seconds left. Miles Martin has to go get one. We can zoom in on mat 1 to see the conclusion of this one. Martin coming forward. Hidley looking to defend. Capturing that wrist. And now chest wrap position. Miles Martin looking for the step out. Trent goes big. What are they going to say? 4 blue offered. 4 blue offered. Looks like they're having an officials conference. And look at this. Xochitl Pettis. 100% letting it fly. TR Forston, she was letting it fly yesterday. She's letting it fly again today. She tends to let it fly. That's all Xochitl Pettis knows how to do. She jumped on the scene at Senior Nationals 2020 when she launched Allie Reagan, and people are interested in her. She gave a Fargo post Fargo interview back when she was in high school. It's like so interesting. She's so funny, so interesting. Talking about drinking Mountain Dew and all that kind of stuff. Now she's looking for a fall here. She's got this thing so tight. Gurin is fighting. And now Mota Pettis trying to go to work on top. Thilke, by the way, got the lead back over there on mat 1. Germanaro had the early forced parterre situation, but Thilke with the 2-pointer after that. Hopefully they put this on the screen. I want to see it. Shot attempt there from Gurin. Mota Pettis defending, and Mota Pettis looking for another exposure. 2 offered. Oh, but Cam Gurin's got her on her back for a second.
I'm looking at the big screen. I'll try to narrate. There we go. Best I can. So Miles on the shot underneath.
The question in the chat: how was that not Hidley's points? Good question. I mean, I thought that looked like Hidley's action, and Aaron Swift making that joke about, hey, clear-cut freestyle rules, we like to see. Yeah, it is. There's judgment calls involved for sure in freestyle, especially something like this where there could be literally an 8-point swing. Mota Pettis, by the way, working for the fall again. She's up 8 points and 15 seconds left in the period. Gurin fighting hard. I think we may see a fall offer though here soon. Oh, that might be it. There it is.
can't challenge because they would just be looking at the same.
Gregory Plank thinks that should be Hidley's points. I thought so too, and that's what they decided. So 11 seconds left. Miles Martin trails by 5.
And that was so clutch because he was in the zone.
Hidley on that chest wrap. Martin coming forward. 3 seconds left.
Trent Hidley clutch.
And that's going to do it. Trent Hidley
About to give up the step.
knocks off NCAA champ Miles Martin.
Great match.
And man, outstanding work. Thilke got the win over Germanaro. He's going to wrestle for third. Good showing from Jesse Thilke, who has been out of competition for a while. We're going to take a short break here. No action on the mats. We'll be right back, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, we are back. We've got Brenda Reyna, Kayla Beck on mat number 2, Don Bradley, Jordan Wood on mat number 1. PM Cox loves guys that love to score 100%. Yeah, that's the best, right? Guys that just can't wait to put points on the board. Hidley is a boss. Yes, he is. No better roof raiser than him. Hayden Tuma, Alston Nutter on the mat on mat number 3, Greco action. Bradley and Wood on mat 1, and Reyna Beck. Nutter, or Tuma looking for a throw, but Nutter catches him on his back. Nutter has a lot of power. Speaking of horsepower, man, Alston Nutter he's explosive. Gregory Plank, he ran off to grab an OIP hoagie. Anyone from the Lewistown area knows how good they are. I don't know anything about how good they are. I'm going to have to try one next time I'm in that area. But I do know Trent Hidley has the most epic relationship with a hoagie of anyone I know. I mean, when he tore open that hoagie at Who's Number One in Celebration, that's hard to beat. That's just about as good as it gets. Beck going to get the first point of the match as Brenda Reyna gave up the shot clock point. And look at this. Hayden Tuma now has Nutter in trouble. He's working for a fall. Nutter trying to fight. Tuma working. No extra turn is what that hand signal is from the official on mat 3. And then now there's 2 more on the exposure. It's 4-4. Nutter looks like he's trying to step over, but he gets turned again. It's 6-4. Hayden Tuma looking for a lift. Bradley leads just 1-0 over Jordan Wood as they near the break. Kayla Beck in on a shot. Reyna's foot went out, but I do believe that they're going to rule this grounded. And that's how they rule it. A lot of action so far down there on mat 3 between Tuma and Nutter. Are the third place matches going to be on one mat, PM Cox? I don't know, but I believe so. I believe they're going to put third on. Well, I don't know. Actually, my guess is that they're going to keep it how they have it right now with men's freestyle on one mat, women's on another, and Greco on another. But we'll see. We'll see what they're doing. 1-0, Bradley leads Wood. And Don Bradley gets another point, takes Jordan Wood out of bounds. One of the more surprising results of yesterday at heavyweight for me was Hayden Zilmer beating Don Bradley. I just really didn't see that coming. Don Bradley's been such a force, and he's such a massive person. Zilmer coming up from 97 kilos, but he got it done in impressive fashion. Michaela Beck, 2-0 over Brenda Rayna. Rayna in on that shot. Jim Tickner says that Bradley and Wood is a snooze fest. Listen, I would love to disagree. It hasn't been great, unfortunately. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this Russian thing is from CMB I put it in Google Translate. It says God bless. If that's what you're saying, hey, appreciate that a lot. Aaron Swift watching Jaden and then watching the interview. He seems like a serial killer. Hope he's all right emotionally lately. I mean, listen, it is it's tough, right? He had a tough year. Um, missing missing out on the opportunity to compete at Olympic trials, even if that was him missing the weigh-in time. That's a hard thing to deal with. So I think he is still trying to figure that out. Plus, he took a loss internationally that nobody would have expected. So it's tough. And yeah, listen, Jeff, good point. Heavyweight is usually more like this, and I mean, you just saw a takedown there for Don Bradley. It's good, but you're right. I mean, it has over the years been more like the match we're seeing right now on Mat 1 than it has been like Mason Paris or Gable Steveson or Nick Wisdowski, where there's points all over the board, and then throw in heavyweights like Amir Zare, Geno Petriashvili, um, Taha Akgul. There's so much athleticism at heavyweight. Gable Steveson is the prime example. Um, yeah, we're really lucky right now. Jim Tickner, neither has any opponent shooting or taking the opponent down. Hey, that's not fair. Don Bradley got a couple takedowns. Yeah, there you go. You do stand corrected. That's okay. We've all been corrected before. I think when these heavyweights take the mat, like I mean they're they're looking for opportunities and openings, but they're hard to come by. Yeah, they're hard to come by. Maybe 285 should have a body fat maximum clause attached to his rules. Listen, these dudes these dudes are they're not like fat athletes. When you think about body fat percentage that you see in other sports, um, think about the NFL, think even some Major League Baseball players you see. These guys, I mean, they maybe you maybe see it a little more because they're wearing a singlet, but like these dudes are in shape, man. I would argue these guys are in pretty good shape. Are they going right into the third? I think so. There may be like a short break as they wait for all the matches to kind of reset and whatever. Um, so I believe so. Jeff Bean, why can't you click on a message and reply to it? I don't know. That would be cool. It's just not a feature of the app right now, but I think it would be cool. Here's a match that you would have maybe expected to see at 97 kilos, but now we're seeing it at heavyweight. Ty Walls, Hayden Zilmer getting after it. Also, that Hayden Tuma Austin Nutter match is still just in the first period, 6-5. Tuma leads. Desiree Zavala, Gracie Figueroa. on the mat, on mat 2. Shot attempt there from Zavala. Yes, JT Hostler, thank you. Tanner Farmer played 4 years for the Huskers. This is a legit, you know, D1 football player. Figueroa, oh my goodness, 4-pointer there. Looking for another exposure. Zavala catches the leg to slow the action down. Ivy Thor, does Ollie still work at Flow? You enjoyed him on FRL, then all of a sudden he was no longer there with no explanation. No. Piles didn't get jealous. He was not demoted. Ollie Stone works in the marketing department. He's super busy with marketing, and he just timing wise just didn't have the time to devote to FRL. So not everybody loves Ollie. Ollie's the man. Ollie's killing it. If you like what you see on social media, that's because of Ollie and another guy, John Michael Zach. But no, Ollie's still there and doing awesome stuff. He's hilarious to talk to. Aaron Swift. Yes, gunshot wounds tend to be tough. And listen, he didn't shoot himself. I think there was somebody else involved, but we don't need to get into it. Zilmer with the 2-0 lead, Figueroa 4-0, and Hayden Tuma 7-5 lead. Hayden Tuma still marching forward. Gonna get a step out, make it 8-5 for Tuma. Nutter looking to get to his body lock. Tuma though, little chest wrap, now head pinch position. And another point for Gracie Figueroa on mat number 2. Meanwhile, Zilmer continued to extend the lead. I think a lot of people question Hayden Zilmer's his decision to go up to heavyweight. He has made 92 in the past. He's been in the finals of Final X at 92 kilos. So that that was the question. But he's looked solid at heavyweight. He right now is in position to be wrestling a third place match. Hey, yeah, listen, Ivy Thor, I would love to bring Oliver Stone in for the watch parties. He's great. He's a good dude. 4-0 Zilmer leads. And yeah, he's hilarious. Oliver Stone, super funny. Figueroa 5-0. Zilmer 4-0 at the break. Shot attempt there from Zavala. Figueroa looking to counter. She's got that ankle. Zavala's still in on the leg. Yeah, T.R. Forston, good point. I mean, yeah, really, I mean, Zilmer mainly looked undersized against Mason Paris. I do think he looked undersized against Don Bradley too, but he did. I mean, it didn't matter. He got it done. So here's another takedown for Gracie Figueroa. Man, she's vicious on top. She's looked good, and strap up that knee pad. 7-0. Yeah, Miles, this is definitely Hayden Zilmer's new weight, at least for now. I think when 97 is in play, that's probably still going to be the more ideal one for him. Miles, why isn't Ollie on FRL? Listen, we just talked about it. He works in the marketing department, super busy. Just didn't feel like he had the time to devote to the show, so pulled himself off. And wasn't Zilmer 96 kg before? Yeah, Zilmer was 97 kilo guy. I think he would be 97 kilo if that weight class were being wrestled today, but because it's not. He's gone up instead of trying to go down and make 92. 7-1 Figueroa Zavala. Taking a look at something there on that, Matt. Under a minute to go in the Tuma Nutter match. Austin Nutter always has 4-point potential, and JT Hostler shouting out JD Raider. Always worth a shout out. Iowa boy, Nebraska Kearney alum. JD Raider, good guy. .90 seconds to go, and Hayden Zilmer going on the shot clock. Zavala over under, trying to drive Figueroa forward. She got that step out earlier. Tuma and Nutter, final 35 seconds. Zilmer close to a drag go behind there, wasn't able to get it, and so point goes on the board for Walls for the shot clock, minute to go. Figueroa got a step out point there. She's got a shoelace to tie. Ivy Thor, man, the paranoia, it's so funny. No. Oliver Stone pulled himself off. He pulled himself off the show. Figueroa up 8-1. Zavala moving forward, but moving forward hasn't been the problem. It's been scoring the points because, look, just like that, Gracie Figueroa, she is able to turn on a dime, and 4-pointer there is going to end the match. Gracie Figueroa takes the win. Hayden Tuma got his hand raised. We can pull in on the last 13 seconds on Mat 1. As this one concludes, it's looking like Hayden Zilmer going to get the job done. And there it is, Hayden Zilmer into the third place match. We're going to take a short break. All three matches ended at the same time. We'll see you guys in a couple of seconds. We are back, and we have Greco action now on mats 1 and 3. Jacobson and Johnson getting going here on mat number 3. Miles says Zilmer might be the number 3 guy at heavyweight should he stay. Yeah, I mean, could be. The thing is, like, there's some guys not involved right now. Kirkfleet, I think, would make things interesting. I think he would have a hard time with Kirkfleet, but you never know. Skylar Grote, Julia Salata wrestling over there on mat number 2. Salata was upset in a crazy quarterfinal yesterday. PM Cox, there it is. Yeah, I agree. Kirkfleet, when he comes back, he's gonna be tough to beat. Shot attempt from Salata. Grote was able to defend, didn't give anything up. Mueller and Hooker, just 1 point on the board in that one over there on mat number 1. And now Forrest Parterre down on mat 3. Jacobson get his opportunity on top. And there's a shot attempt from Grote. She's trying to come out the back door. Salata captures that ankle. Exposure there. 2-2 was the call on the mat. That's what's confirmed. Grote with the lead on criteria. She's looking for a leg lace. Salata trying to defend. They may try to ask her to open up. She's pulling on that hand, but Official didn't warn her about that. Brian Edwards checking in, says hi. Hey, what's up, Brian? TR Forson loved the ending of the Forrest interview. I don't know if I saw that one. Oh, Jason Edward Cook talking about heavyweights. Lucas Davison. Oh my gosh. Lucas Davison, when I heard he was going up to heavyweight, I was like, yeah, okay, I'll believe it when I see it. And then in the U23 finals, I mean, he took a match from Cassiope. He looked absolutely ridiculous. He looked huge. He looked like just a completely transformed human being. That guy is going to be a serious problem at heavyweight as well. 2-on-1, go behind for Grote. She goes up 4-2. Hooker leads 3-0. It appears they've gotten to the techno portion of the USA Wrestling playlist live in the event. Jason Edward Cook bringing up Lucas Davison reminds me that, I mean, we've been talking about the freestyle success of the guys that train at Northwestern, and that's another one that you can't ignore. Yaya Thomas, Ryan Deacon, now Carter Young looks incredible. Chris Cannon on a U23 World team. Um, Good to see what's going on there. Grote leads Salata 4-2 at the break. Jacobson 1-0 over Johnson. Yeah, the graph up and to the right for sure. Jacobson moving forward over there. Hooker leads 3-0 over Mueller at the break, and back to action. Skylar Grote drops in on a low single. Head under the knee. Salata trying to go crotch lift. Four two. Grote still leads. Was not able to convert on that last shot attempt. Salata now in on a leg. Grote feeding her hips. Horse parterre situation on mat number 3. Stonks. Yeah, look at those stonks. Thank you, PM Cox. Johnson trying to work from force parterre. He's got a gut wrench locked, and he's going to get it to go. Wildcats to the moon. Hey, way to go. Go Wildcats. Hey, let's take it to the top, right? Like you're never going to stop. 4-2. Grote still leads Salata. A lot of attacks, not a lot of finishes in that one. Shot attempt from Salata. Again, Grote feeding her hips. No points again. Under a minute to go in that one. Johnson still with a 1-1 lead, but now Jacobson gets his opportunity on top. No points for the second force parterre, but big opportunity here. All three matches on your screens coming down to the end, all still winnable for every wrestler on the mat. Salata takes a shot. Grote defends, pulls her into a chest wrap position. Caution in one. 3 seconds left. Salata pulls within a point. She takes a shot. And not going to be able to finish. Skylar Grote takes out Julia Salata. And Johnson going to get the W down there on mat number 3. Brackett and Cunningham coming to the mat on mat number 1. Big underhook here for Brackett. He uses that to get around behind, close to the takedown. And no third. There we go. There's the sporting point. When is Kamal Bay's suspension over? I do believe it is over. Angel Alexander 132. Yeah, it's over. I think he's allowed to compete. I think it actually ended like just I don't know, a few weeks after the Olympic trials. So I think he's good to compete when he's ready. Brackett leads Cunningham 2-0 on mat number 1. Boyd and Piercy on the mat on mat 2. Cunningham Brackett 3-0 lead for Brackett on mat 1, and Peyton Walsh leads Ortiz 4-1. Ortiz did get the reversal just there. Brackett moving forward. Ortiz now with the lead. It was 4-0 for a while, Peyton Walsh, but Ortiz making it happen. He's got the lead now and an opportunity on top. Caution in 2 offered. Does not appear to be confirmed on mat 3. Boyd with that 2-0 lead. Piercy, though, attacking. It was Piercy who had that upset win over Salada yesterday. That Walsh, this Walsh Ortiz match is crazy. Now Walsh just worked Ortiz onto his back. Now Ortiz gets a turn. Oh my gosh. This is insane. Three-zero lead for Brackett. Ten-seven, Peyton Walsh, Alec Ortiz. I mean, man, what a wild, wild match. Little spin cycle there for Ortiz as time is going to run out in the first. They'll head to the break. 17 points on the board. Go behind attempt there from Piercy. Not able to get it. Boyd, solid position. Big underhook for Brackett. Got the underhook and the wrist. Really controlling position there. And Brackett's going to get an opportunity in force parterre. 4-0 now. Brackett leads. Piercy on an attack. Alera Boyd defending hard. Brackett trying to make most of his opportunity on top over there, but not able to. Meanwhile, Walsh and Ortiz just keep putting points on the board. Ortiz now trying to score from the top position, not able to. They're going to go back to their feet. Shot attempt there from Piercy. She's been in attacks before, hadn't been able to finish, and she's close to an exposure. Alera Boyd wrestles through the position, and they called that potentially dangerous and stopped it. Boyd shaking out her knee, or excuse me, Piercy shaking out her knee. So Boyd gives up the shot clock point, making it 2-1. (14-9). Walsh leads Ortiz, and still 4-0 for Brackett. He's going to get the dub. He's getting his hand raised over there on mat 1. Under 30 to go. Boyd and Piercy. Piercy's been in an attack, but she has not been able to finish. She's in on a double again. Head inside. It's going to be a tough one to finish. Boyd defending. Piercy now gets her head outside. Tries to cut back the other direction. Now head on the other side. One offered. One confirmed, but Boyd still leads on criteria. One on the step out. So it is 2-2 Alera Boyd. Piercy has no time to work. It's just going to not be enough. Time's going to tick off the clock. So 2-2 Alera Boyd wins on criteria. Good work from her. Lara Boyd. McKendry, young star. Greco action still on mat number 2. Excuse me, mats 1 and 3. Walsh leads Ortiz 14-9, and Heiji gets a 2-0 lead early on Carlson. Carlson actually gets one as well, so 2-1. Mat 2 got a new match coming to the mat. Didi and Guilford. Carlson now leads Heiji 5-2 on a 4-point move. And another 4-pointer on the edge. 9-2 now for Carlson, just a point away from a tech. Ortiz tried to throw. Peyton Walsh wrestled through it. Now Ortiz looked for 4 on the edge. I'm not sure what they're going to rule here. Time is off the clock. Diamond Guilford looking to attack there on that 2.
Wrestling now on mat 3 at 97 kilograms, Chad Porter, Sunkiss Kids, Chauncey, New York Athletic Club.
Mats 1 and 2 now on your screen. When do finals start? That's a good question, Rob. Finals should be at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're in Lincoln, Nebraska, it's 2 o'clock, and you can see this actually the schedule right there on your screen. 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. If you are in East Coast time, that's 3 o'clock. If you are on the Pacific Coast, that is noon. TR Forston, how's Blades feeling after going out last night? I mean, if you listen to her interview, it sounded like she just kind of, she was out momentarily. The coaches talked with her, and then she feels a lot better. I think it was a choke out situation, not a concussion situation. So I think she's feeling pretty good. Diamond Guilford with a 4-0 lead on mat 2. We got the big boys coming to the mat on mat 1. Porter and Johnson on mat 3. So, I mean, speaking of Kennedy Blades, we got Kennedy Blades who just turned 18 about a week ago, and Kylie Welker who's still 17. That is your World Team Trials final. And we are so good in the upper weights in the U.S. And by the way, speaking of crazy upper weight action in the U.S., Didi was down 4-0 to Diamond Guilford, now leads 6-4 on the strength of a 4-point takedown and a turn. So incredible action going on that too. But yeah, the youth movement in the U.S. is incredible. Kennedy Blades, junior world champ this year. She's going to try to win world titles in senior women's freestyle and U23. Kylie Welker, also a junior world champ this year. She's on a U23 team as well. They're at different weight classes there. And big 4-pointer again for Didi. 10-4. She's going to look to end this with a fall with 10 seconds left. Diamond Guilford, though, going to come out on top. She will put a point on the board. It's 10-5. Lee Harrington, Tanner Farmer on mat number 1. Couple of Nebraska ties there. These guys wrestling here in Lincoln. Tanner Farmer played football for the Huskers. Lee Harrington wrestled for Nebraska Kearney. Does the consolation finals push you into the main bracket? It does not. Nope. You wrestle. You get third place. You get third place. That's just how it goes. Um, so the only time where the third place match leads to another match is if there was somebody sitting and waiting in the finals, and then the challenge tournament, second place in the challenge tournament would mean that you'd have to wrestle a true third match to see who's on that national team. But for the most part, that doesn't happen. JT Haas or UNK, let's go. Unfortunately, Tanner Farmer got it done. So
We are ready to start those third place matches in men's freestyle on mat 1.
we're gonna get third place matches going here
Representing the Sun-Kissed
momentarily.
Seth Gross. His opponent in the blue with the Cowboy Wrestling Club, Carter Young.
Oh my goodness. Seth Gross, Carter Young. This is a match you would never have expected to see. Shot there from Diamond Guilford. She's gotten closer. It's 10-7. Gross and Young. Action underway.
Here, third place, 61 kilograms. That's Carter Young already in on a single leg. He's in the blue. Oklahoma native, a freshman, just a freshman at Northwestern this year. Gross with that funky defense. He's going to get on the board first.
Young trying to work for some points here, but it's Gross with that early two.
Gross, an NCAA champion for South Dakota State. Followed Coach Chris Bono to Wisconsin. Now
TR Forston can't believe how Gross got handled yesterday. I mean, listen, no, I don't think anybody saw that coming. Dayton Fix looked incredible. It's wild stuff. So Carter Young with two on that exposure, but Gross wrestled through the position. And we'll see how they rule it. Yes, Franklin Arnold. You're right. Carter Young has been a beast. And I do like Seth Gross too. Listen, I think Gross is, I would be shocked. I would honestly be shocked if Carter Young gets another big upset here. But he's already taken out Nashawn Garrett. He's taken out Tyler Graff. He's taken out Jacob Camacho. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised if he wins, but it like a day ago, I would not have been talking about this match as interesting at all.
The official call is 2 blue, 2 red, 2 blue. So the score will be 4-2, and I believe they'll start back on the feet.
6-4 Carter Young with the lead.
And now we're going to get a brick.
And here comes the challenge brick. While they're reviewing this, we'll pull back out to 3 mats and see what's going on the other mats. Olivia Fisk coming to the mat. She made a U23 world team this year. We got Metz and Longendijk on the mat on mat 3. Greco heavyweights. Olivia Fisk, Elena McCoyed. Different weight classes at U23s than they are today. PM Cox says if Carter Young wins, he'll be the next guy to medal for 65 for the U.S. I mean, hey, listen, I still think we have a good chance this year to medal because Odaguru is out. Rashidov's out. Aliyev's out. I mean, a lot of the best guys that you would expect to see at 65 kilos are out. This is an opportunity. And Yanni is legit. Like, he has wins over guys like Vladimir Kinchikishvili. He has a win over Bajrang. And so if Yanni makes the team, you got to feel good about that. If McKenna makes the team, he's a guy that could beat Yanni 2 out of 3. So you got to feel good about that. I think this could be the year we break the streak. If not, I mean, who knows, man? Carter Young is looking good. He really is. But we got other guys too. Jesse Mendez. He's the one that beat Carter off the U23 or excuse me, the junior world team. We got options. We got options at 65. That's all I'm saying. Yes, Carter Young is no joke. I agree. And they're taking a look. This review is taking some time.
And computer having some technical difficulties, which is leading to a delay in the review here.
No score yet. Fisk, McCoy, Longendijk just got his first point. He's got a first parterre opportunity. Gut wrench makes it 3-0 for Longendijk, and now he's going to go back the other way, 5-0. He wants 2 more of these, and they said no recovery there, so no gut wrench yet. Longendijk needs to get back to work if he wants to tech. It's 7-0. One more would end it. Crotch lift there for Olivia Fisk. She got 1 point on the shot clock and then was able to get the exposure just after that. So 3-0 now. Fisk leads. She's looking for a leg lace. Yelena McCoy trying to defend. Fisk close. Can't see all the way under there, but she looks like she got her bent up pretty good. Nope. Going back to the mat. Longendijk took the dub. He's moving on. We got Greco third place matches coming to the mat. Ooh, good point. TR Forston. Surprised Echemendia is not in the conversation at 65. Yeah, I mean he is clearly more accomplished at freestyle than he is folk style. He came up in that Cuban system, and he should be a guy that we're not leaving out. I mean, I think it's because we haven't seen him wrestle a freestyle match at the senior level, right? We don't know where he is. Sometimes when you're so strong and powerful and you're getting wins over elite guys in the age level, you still want to see like can you get it done when it comes to senior level.
Score is 4-4. Gross now leading on criteria. So it took away one of the twos for Young.
All right, so they reviewed that call, and now it's 4-4, so it was a good challenge for Seth Gross's corner.
Nice drag to a single for Young. Gross diving over to the far ankle.
Carter Young and on another attack. Gross trying to defend. They're going to come back to their feet. 1 point for Gross. Nope, they took that off. Was confused about why there would have been a point there. Fisk leads McCoy 3-0. PM Coxiani is great. What if Destrabats goes to Oslo? I think that's unfair. Ooh, look at Duffield get a 4-pointer. He was down 2-0. Now he's looking for a fall. It's tight. Dalton Duffield trying to punch his ticket to the on the national team. Young looking to finish a takedown on the edge. Just going to get, no, 2 offered and 2 confirmed. This kid's fearless, man.
2 confirmed. 6-4 in favor of Carter Young halfway through this first period.
Dalton Duffield got the fall. He's your national team member at 55 kilos. Gross now looking for a takedown. He's in on a shot. Head underneath, trying to come out the back door. And Gross close to a finish. Now gets it. And Gross has got some parterre offense. We'll see if he can get to it. 6-6. Gross in the lead.
In on a shot. Now trying to circle behind. Now he's got both legs. Gross still so long, can somehow keep getting his arms in there.
McCoy with that 6-3 lead over Fisk.
And now he's in position to score.
Yeah, if Destrabats is in the conversation, by the way, circling back to PM Cox's comment, I don't think Yanni's going to be too worried about that.
18 seconds.
That was a freak thing that happened with Zayn. Nobody saw that coming. Look at Carter Young, man. He's close to another takedown on Seth Gross. He's going to get it.
Shot by Carter Young, sticking with that. Looked like he had
8-6, Carter Young taking that lead with 14 points on the board heading into the break. Dude, nobody has scouted this kid. Nobody has thought about him. Nobody is trying to prepare for Stillwater High School's Carter Young, Northwestern prospect Carter Young, and they should have been, because look at this guy, right? He is absolutely a contender. If Carter Young wins this match, he's on the U.S. national team in front of guys like Joe Colon, Nashawn Garrett, Tyler Graff, Seth Gross. I mean, can you imagine?
I don't think these guys are going to stop shooting. Stop scrambling.
Gross didn't take much of a break there. He went out. He's right back in it. He wants to get this thing done. Young drags to the another close to a takedown. One on the step out is what's offered. And one confirmed, so it's 9-6.
Single leg from Gross.
Shot attempt there from Gross.
Whizzer from Young. Gross trying to limp arm out. Young is holding on to that.
And Gross close to the takedown. Young, though, sneaks that leg in. They offered two. I'm a little surprised it's not just one.
On the takedown.
But two offered and confirmed. It's 9-8.
Like I said, these guys aren't going to stop.
I'm with PM Cox. Even if this Young win doesn't happen against Gross, like, holy cow, yes, this dude is ridiculous. Oh, that's Seth Gross being so savvy. Great exposure, and he's got the arm bar. It's 10-9.
Trap arm. This could be trouble for Carter Young. He's going to have to roll all the way back over before he can get any more points. Freestyle holding him here is no additional points.
Gross has got him in trouble.
They won't stop it as long as Young is on his back. So Seth Gross
Franklin Arnold says you're looking at a potential four-timer with Carter Young. I don't know, man. I don't know. By the way, King Sandoval just took the win over Dylan Kuntz. That's a good win for him. Four-timer, that's tough. That's tough stuff to say, but I will say Carter Young has raised his stock significantly during this tournament. And here's the match. Seth Gross just wants to hold Carter Young in danger for the foreseeable future, because as long as he's in danger, they're not going to change his position, and the clock is just going to tick down and down and down, and that's what it looks like we're going to deal with. Carter Young has to figure out a way to get off his back, and there he does get off his back. Gross, though, still potential for more turns. We'll see what happens here.
Like he's on top in folk style, and there the official stands him up. They were there for almost a minute, though.
Minute 13. I'm seeing Young not afraid to attack.
It's been money for him at least getting to the leg so far in this match. Just a straight on shot.
Big shot for Carter Young. He's close to the takedown. Gross still defending. That's two. It's 12-11.
Back to a one-point match.
Young frees that arm. See if he goes for the turn or if he just waits for another opportunity from his feet. And he's looking for a lace. He's got it close to a lock. Nope. Back to his feet. 37 seconds to go.
Bono yelling at Gross, you got to go.
Man, 35 to go. Who would have ever expected Carter Young in this position, trying to go 2-on-1, go behind. He's close to a go behind. He's behind. He's just got to finish the takedown. And two offered. Is it going to be confirmed? 13-12, 25 points on the board. Carter Young leads. Seth Gross has to get one. It's 25 seconds left.
Win or lose this match, Carter Young is having himself an absolute tournament.
Gross coming forward. Young with that 2-on-1.
Down block Young.
Shot attempt there from Seth Gross.
Looking for a 2-on-1. Getting to a 2-on-1 would be really good. Now he shoots on a single. This is dangerous. 8 seconds.
And now Carter Young in deep. Gross can score from here. He did this at the end of the Soriano match at the Bill Farrell. Two offered on the exposure for Carter Young. Not sure if it's going to be confirmed. It doesn't even matter. Carter Young is on your national team. This dude has wins over Seth Gross, Tyler Graff, Nashawn Garrett, Jacob Camacho. He qualified through the last chance qualifier. He didn't make the junior team. He was a match away, or he was in the finals, but holy crap, this dude is ridiculous.
By Carter Young.
Carter Young. I really can't get over this.
Plays at 65 kilograms men's freestyle on that one. And then Henderson, Type Archery, Luke Fletcher,
Whew, man, I'm catching my breath from that. That is wild stuff. We got Gallegos Martinez scoreless on mat 2. We got Gregerson and Ratchell on mat 3. 3-0 lead in that one for Gregerson. Zachary Clary says other college wrestlers should be sweating hard after seeing that. Yeah, for sure. Yes, they should 100% be sweating that guy. 4-point attempt for Gregerson, 4 offered, and if that's confirmed, that'll end the match on mat 3. And that'll do it. Gregerson gets the dub. Gallegos in on a shot. Martinez looking to defend, and we're going to get a point on the board for Henderson. He's trying to punch his ticket onto a national team. The win over Luke Pletcher. Ooh. Little chin whip there from Gallegos. 2-1. Pletcher in deep on an attack. Henderson got the early step out, but now Pletcher takes a lead on the strength of that takedown. Hard tie there from Pletcher. Oh, there's a review going on down there on mat 3. Gregerson now down to 7-0 lead. It was 9-0. Jason Edward Cook, did Mendez beat Young at junior trials? Yes, he did. That was Jesse Mendez getting the dub in the best of 3 series. He won that 2-0. That's the thing. Like, the depth at this weight is pretty crazy. Oh, wow. 4-pointer for Pletcher, but then Henderson, I think, going to get 2 on the exposure. Yep, 6-3. Now the score. Martinez leads Gallegos 3-2 at the break. Great action from Pletcher and Henderson. I probably would have favored Henderson in this match. Just his freestyle savviness, and he gets a step out point there at 6-4. But Pletcher proven that he's super dangerous, and you don't think about Luke Pletcher as a 4-point move guy all that often, but got one earlier. Another step out there for Henderson, 6-5. Good action on mat 2. Gallegos trying to catch Martinez on her back. And 2 blue. Just the takedown there from Martinez. Gallegos corner throws the brick. They want to see this thing reviewed. 6-5 at the break for Pletcher and Henderson. 7-1 Gregerson leads Rachel with about a minute to go in the first period. TR Forston, death by 1,000 needles from Henderson. Yeah, I mean, the step outs are really adding up. He's just getting in good position, and now we see him on your screen. He's trying to step around with his head pinch. I mean, it's a good strategy, right? He's just keeping the pressure on a point at a time, and all of a sudden, that 4-point move is not that big of a deal. A takedown would put Henderson back in the lead, and or a crotch lift here. If he can get exposure, that would put him back in the lead, and he's close to it. Going to be 2 for Henderson, and now he leads. So I agree with you there, TR Forston. It's the little things for Henderson, and now he's getting a turn. Trying to keep this action inbounds. Man, if he had gone a little harder on that last gut, he might have got stepped over. So wisely, he pulled back. Still reviewing up there on mat 2. Shot attempt there from Pletcher. He's around behind. Trying to make this a 9-8 match with a takedown. Oh, such good defense from Henderson. Quad pod to a switch attempt. Gets the takedown. Gets a turn. 13-6. Evan Henderson is super fun to watch, man. This guy is so savvy.
Up next on mat 3, Greco-Roman third place bout at 67 kilograms. Jesse Filkey, RUW cap, Hayden Tuma, FloWrestling Club.
Filkey and Tuma coming to the match on mat number 3. Still reviewing Gallegos and Martinez, and we got a 19-point match, 19 points on the board on mat 1, Henderson and Pletcher. We could pull in on Henderson and Pletcher for a little bit while they're still reviewing over there on mat 2. TR forcing to this man just hit a switch. The guy hit a switch. Listen, it's switch season. There's Pletcher in on a shot. Getting deep on a shot has not been Pletcher's problem. It's been finishing. Henderson's so savvy. Yes, from quad pod. Switch from quad pod. He did it. You can see Keith Gavin, Jordan Lane in the corner. Oh my gosh, there's another exposure. Evan Henderson, 15-6. He's up 9 points. This has been a really interesting match. You've seen Pletcher show some really amazing things, but Henderson has just had an answer. And Gallegos Martinez, it turned out to be a good challenge. It's 4-4. Gallegos leads on criteria. Henderson, another takedown. That'll do it. Evan Henderson gets the dub on mat 1. He's on the national team. Yeah, B Vasquez 78. That was slick. Holy cow! That quad pod switch from Henderson, very slick. Love to see it. Tuma going to work on Thilke. He gets it done. Hand clap. National team for Tuma. Thilke made a pretty solid return to the mat. 4th place finish, but Hayden Tuma got it done. Gallegos looking for a fall. There it is.
Fun one here, 70 kilograms, third place match.
Berger and Rutherford underway. Interesting match here. Not one that I believe we've seen. These guys were a weight class apart at the NCAA Championships in 2019. Both were in the finals. Berger lost to Jason Nolf. Rutherford won his 3rd title, and Rutherford looking for a takedown. He is in and gets it done. It is 2-0 lead for Zane Rutherford. Rutherford coming up from 65 kilos to 70. Jason Edward Cook says, waiting for folk style purists to storm Twitter after that switch. You know, they may. The thing is, like, you've seen switch, you know, you've seen that switch position in freestyle for a long time. It's just, it's not super common. Wow, Zane Rutherford, nice exposure there on the edge. Great chest wrap, 4-0 lead.
Stanford now no longer
What happened to Oliver on the backside? I don't know for sure. I believe Oliver did not wrestle on the backside, but I will confirm that for you here momentarily.
pushing forward, taking Berger to the edge. Berger circling in. These two meeting in the middle of their Olympic weights. Berger was at 74. Zane.
Yeah, Jordan Oliver just forfeit to Tyler Berger. That's what happened to Jordan Oliver on the backside. So didn't get a chance to see him, unfortunately.
Berger lefty underhook.
That's okay.
Clears out.
Third place match on mat number 2, Xochitl Motopedis, Michaela Beck. Motopedis with a 2-0 lead.
Zane to
No score between Johnson Hooker and the Greco mat.
Deacon now taking on James Green in the finals later this afternoon. Zane tags on another point to extend his lead to 4
Step
points.
out point offered for Rutherford. And Xochitl Motopedis gets a tech over Michaela Beck over there on mat number 2.
Up.
Got to that lace, and that was all that it took.
Now drops down to a low shot. Berger doing the splits, trying to fight
Yeah, you're
at the
right.
end.
Jason Edward Cook, you're right. They don't know that. Folk style purists don't know that. Good point. Hey, PM Cox, you hate to see guys not wrestling on the backside. I agree. I would love to see it. I would love to see all guys wrestle all matches at all times.
46
Um,
seconds left in period number 1.
because look, I mean, the matches that are happening on the backside are ridiculous, right? Zane Rutherford, Tyler Berger, that's a 3-time NCAA champ and an NCAA finalist getting after it. Like, that's amazing stuff. We would have seen a Jordan Oliver, Tyler Berger match. I would like to see that. It's too bad, right? Johnson and Hooker,
Berger
53 seconds left in that one
stalking him down.
on the first period.
Nice misdirection there from
7-0
Zane.
leads on both
To
mats.
the right with his head
Rutherford
right.
in on an
Going to
attack.
get the
Oh,
takedown.
wow. 4-pointer for Hooker. It looked like it was all Jamel Johnson, and now
Do it.
Hooker with a 4-pointer makes it an interesting match.
11-0.
Zane Rutherford just got a
finishes
tech
third
fall over Tyler Berger.
at the
11-0 win.
kilograms, looking not too
And
bad.
Rutherford leaves the mat. Jason Nolf comes on the mat. That's a familiar situation for Penn State fans. But what's unfamiliar is watching two Penn State NCAA champs battle it out. Carter Starachi coming to the mat against Jason Nolf on mat number 1. That's a fascinating match. I'm sure this match happens in the room with some level of regularity at Penn State, but I've never seen it. Never thought we would get to see it. Jason Nolf, 3-time NCAA champ, 157-pounder. Carter Starachi, NCAA champ at 174, and here we go.
In the red, Jason Nolf in the blue. Nolf, one of the best.
Yeah,
NCAA wrestlers
good
of
action to pull in on.
Staraki, the reigning 174-pound national champion.
Little level change there for Nolf. Starachi staying in good position. Starachi rocking the headgear.
Coach Cale Sanderson in the corner of Starachi.
This is why you watch the consolation rounds, guys. You get matches like Carter Starachi and Jason Nolf.
Offered and will be confirmed on Starachi, just his first one. Next one will put
Action call against Starachi. First action call of the match.
A tough match to Jordan Burroughs on the front side. Burroughs taking on Alex.
Little shot attempt there from Nolf. Starachi in an attack. He's locked on a single. Nolf, oh man, he tries to defend with that little ankle pick. Not able to get it. Starachi's still locked here, but it's going to be a tough finish. Oh, so he's so close to collecting that second ankle, but Nolf is very elusive, and Starachi runs him over. 2 points on the takedown.
Nolf with a nice win over Hayden Hiley to get here to the third place match.
Yeah, JT Hostler, insane talent on the backside is right. It just doesn't make any sense that we get to watch all these matches. It's crazy. Gracie Figueroa with a lead over Jen Page 2-0 and then gets a step out point, makes it 3-0.
Blood on the forehead from Starachi. I don't think Starachi wanted to stop. But referee's calling for a trainer to come dab up a little bit of blood from the forehead.
I love it. PM Cox, what a good trend to notice. Kids named Carter showing out on the backside. Carter Starachi in the third place match. He's got a 2-0 lead on Jason Nolf. Carter Young got the dub over Seth Gross, and we see Gracie Figueroa with another step out, makes it 4-0. But listen, I'm personally invested in that because my oldest son, his name is Carter. So, hey, maybe one of these days he's taking out, who knows, some high level guys.
Domestically in the US.
Starachi 2-0 lead.
Also, Starachi when he does Ultimate Road Warrior.
Little over a minute to go.
Wants to Taylor Lujan early.
And you got to imagine Starachi and Nolf probably not going to get a ton of help from their corners as this is a Penn State on Penn State match. Johnson 7-2 lead over Hooker. Figueroa 5-1 lead over Page.
Meaning the next call either way, we'll put somebody on the shot clock if we get it.
Kind of mesmerized by this Starachi Nolf match. Starachi appears to have a ton of power. Nolf though close to the step out. One offered. We'll see if it's grounded or if it's one confirmed, and one is confirmed, so it's 2-1.
With 21 seconds to go in period number 1.
Hey, everybody in the chat's pumped up for the Carters. All the Carters of the world, let's go. And Starachi in on a shot, locked on a single. Nolf trying to defend. Short time left in the first period, 5 seconds to go. Starachi probably not going to finish this in time, and that's going to do it for the first period. 2-1 Starachi leads. Figueroa up 5-1 over Jen Page. Johnson 7-2 over Hooker.
A little bit surprising to see, honestly, considering
T.R. Folson, Nolf has some power too. He absolutely does. No denying that. He's coming up in weight, but he still has that power. And power in positions that you wouldn't normally expect, right? It's pretty unusual. Jamel Johnson, 7-4 lead over Hooker. About a minute left in that one. Figueroa in the second period now, 5-1 lead over Page.
no thumb blocking.
JT Hostler, wrestling on the iPad, Reds on the TV, life is good. Yeah, what's not to like? What's not to like about that? You got football season underway. You got some of the best wrestling in the entire United States of America all year long happening right now. Life is good. Starachi, by the way, in on another attack. Nolf trying to defend. Nolf is so crafty in these positions. Stalemated. PM Cox 13. He loves Nolf, but he would love to see Carter Starachi get a huge win like this. Would love to see him against Burroughs. That's the thing, right? I mean, especially, I don't know, PM Cox. I don't know if you're a Penn State fan in particular or just a wrestling fan, but like, you see these legends like Nolf, and it's amazing. But then you see a young up-and-comer like Starachi, and you're balancing your priorities. Like, what do you want to see? You want to see the legend continue to be a legend, or do you want to see this new stud prove that he's going to be a future legend. I mean, it's a tough priority to balance, right? Right now, Dolph looking for a counter from this chest wrap position, unable to get it. Starachi he's attacking significant portions of this match, and normally, and there he is, another shot. In the NCAA season, Starachi was in a bunch of overtime matches, a bunch of low-scoring matches, and not to say that he's not exciting, but there were times where he played it a little more conservatively, and he's been attacking a ton here on Dolph. Kind of love to see it. Miles, yeah, Nick Lee, Zane all over again. I mean, that's the thing. If you're in a program like Penn State, like there are not enough weight classes in the world for a program to be able to showcase all the talent that's come through. So you got an NCAA champion, Nick Lee. He overcomes Zane Rutherford. I didn't see it coming. A lot of people didn't. And now it's like, all right, man, Nick Lee is maybe a lot better than we thought. And Strachey trying to get a similar type of a win. He's on the shot clock, by the way. Nolf looking for a step out. And nice little re-attack there from Carter Starachi. Seatbelt wizard position. Nolf is dangerous here. 30 seconds to go. Shot clock looks like it's going to run out, but Starachi is close to scoring. Nolf now trying to kind of pass legs. Gets exposed, though. It was 2-2 for a moment. Now it's 4-2 Starachi, and Starachi just kind of try to hold him in danger. PM Cox, huge PSU guy. This is a predicament. I mean, dude, it's got to be a predicament, but the predicament is like, which of our incredible, ridiculous, talented guys do we want to win? I mean, that's, there are worse predicaments in the world. Nolf, I think, going to get one here. It's 4-3, 3 seconds to go. Nolf needs some kind of insanity, some kind of almost impossible takedown. And look at this. Carter Starachi knocks off Jason Nolf. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. That is some information I never expected to have to process. But Carter Starachi just knocked off Jason Nolf, and man, he looked great doing it. Jen Page has stormed back, by the way. Gracie Figueroa had the lead throughout much of the match. Jen Page now with 3 seconds left. It's made it 6-6. Figueroa leads on criteria. Zachary Clary making the point in the chat that folk style has cost Nolf with the leg pass. Yeah, that last kind of leg pass position, it did look like a folk style situation. I think Nolf has made some huge gains in freestyle. Wow. Look at Trent Hidley. This dude. Takedown on the edge. Nope, just a step out. But Zach Clary, getting back to your point, yeah, that did look like a folk style position, right? Nolf's making huge strides. Probably 79 isn't his best weight class, but yeah, Nolf's getting there, but yeah, in that position he did kind of give it up. Yeah, when Nolf comes hard like that, he is hard to stop. Starachi got it done, crazy. PM Cox pointing out Carter's taking over the world. And yeah, maybe there'll be a next Carter on the presidential ballot. There should be. Why not? Aaron Swift, good point. Nolf had to send something. He kind of went leg pass, hoping he'd get that. Yeah, he had to do something. You're right. You're right about that. But when that's your go-to, it's a little bit of a problem, right? Jimmy Carter feels younger than our last two presidents. Jason Edward Cook, good joke. I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, the last two presidents we've had have felt very, very old. Meanwhile, Trent Hidley looks great. He's up 4-0 over there on mat number 1. Peyton Walsh currently in a tech fall lead over Holmes. Skylar Grote, Alara Boyd on mat 2. Alara Boyd, an up-and-comer for McKendree. Boyd in on a shot. Grote trying to defend. Man, I can't get over the Jimmy Carter comment there. Imagine like Jimmy Carter. Nobody loved his presidency, but I don't know. Maybe by comparison to some other presidencies, it's not so bad. I don't know. Hidley up 4-0. What are they going to say after the review here between Walsh and Holmes?
1 minute remaining, period number 1. Foster taking Hidley to the edge.
Drew Foster taking some ground over there on mat 1. That's really hard to do against Trent Hidley. Hidley, though, circling. Doesn't want to give up the step out. I think he's going to give it up, though. Yep, 1.4. Drew Foster.
Is confirmed, though. Hidley kind of jumped right on the edge.
Skylar Grote on the shot clock.
But doesn't throw it. Foster took
I don't understand what's happening. Oh, 6-0 now on the score for Walsh and Holmes.
last second as Foster fell out of bounds. Front head position for Hidley.
1 point for Alara Boyd on the shot clock, and she's trying to get a takedown here on the edge. Let's see. I think they're going to have. I think the whistle was blown dead before that action went off the mat. Who did David Taylor take as a training partner to Worlds? PM Cox has got the answer there for Aaron Swift. It's Aaron Brooks, and that's the thing, right? Like, DT had options. He could have taken Strachey. It's an NCAA champ, but he took Aaron Brooks, also an NCAA champ,
4-1.
junior world champ. Alara Boyd trying to come around behind.
Step out for Foster.
Brooks is just as big, or just as good and bigger. Yeah, I think that's probably true. How would have Brooks done in the 92 bracket? I would have loved to have seen it. I think he would have done well. I mean, look at what you got right now. You got Trent Hidley in the lead in the third place match. That's the guy that Aaron Brooks beat in the NCAA finals, so he's for sure right in that conversation. Yeah, I think he would have done well.
Blocking off by grabbing wrist or forearm on the underhook side.
Alara Boyd, 3-0 lead on Skylar Grote, short time first period.
There they clear out of it. Sliding right back to that right side underhook. Passive offered.
Can the announcer please say Trent Hidley? I don't know what that means. Bo Nickel, 100% MMA, for sure. Hidley getting a step out there. 5-1.
So not only did he avoid the passive, tacks on an extra point, extending his lead to 4 points.
3-0 Alara Boyd.
2 minutes remaining in the match.
Look at Trent Hidley. He just gets so much momentum with that underhook. Another step out, 6-1. Question in the chat: is anybody going to take a $5 bet on Maya Nelson winning in 2 matches? She's wrestling Megan Black. Megan Black, Army W cap. She was off the mat for a while. She's been at the Army for a little over a year, right around a year, and she has made some big gains. Her career is kind of at like a little bit of a revival in the last year. That'll be an interesting match for sure. Maya Nelson coming down from 62. I think this is the first time she's been at 59 kilos. She was our only junior world champ on the women's side between 2011 and 2020. For that entire decade, we had one junior world champion. It was Maya Nelson. Maya, very, very good. Megan Black, also awesome, and she is looking pretty locked in. I think that's gonna be a fun series. I would tend to agree that Maya Nelson probably the favorite there. 6-4, Walsh leads over Holmes. Better than that 8-0 score that was on the board for a moment. And lead change up here on mat 2. Skylar Grote was down 3-0. It's now 4-3.
Foster diving in on the legs.
30 seconds left in Hidley and Foster.
Front head position.
Hidley still leads 6-1.
Foster now with just 24 seconds to make up 5 points. Highly catching Foster in on his way in. Foster was kind of looking for a little inside trip, goes for a yellow lat.
Hidley, oh, Foster was kind of looking for a toss on the edge there. He had to go for something big. And Hidley going to pick up a couple points on the exposure, makes it 8-1, 6 seconds left in the match. Trent Hidley, man, he's a lot to handle. See if he raises the roof here at the end. Nah, just a little hand raise. Trent Hidley on your national team. 92 kilos. Maybe we can pull up the final schedule here as we got action slowed on these 3 mats. Take a look at the final schedule that you guys are going to be looking at. So tonight, well, this afternoon, 2 o'clock Central Time. If you're in Eastern Time, it'll be 3. We can pull that schedule off so we can see the end of Grote and Boyd. But coming up in just a couple hours, we're going to have the finals best of 3 action underway. We're going to start out on 3 mats, and then after the first set of the best of